Oh, we don't need the host. Me and Rick got this. Me and the lemon drop.
This week on the Broncos Sports Report, we're talking tennis, golf, baseball, softball, and all the sports that matter to you. Welcome to the Broncos Sports Report. I'm your host, Demetrius Wright, and always with me, my partner in crime, Austin Luttrell.
It's good to be back.
Hey, Austin. But not only is Austin with us, we also have the sports editor from the Vista, Rick Lemon. Hey, Rick.
Hey, guys. Good to be on again. All
righty then. This is a good show. How you guys boys been?
It's been good. It's been a busy week in sports.
Yes, it has, Rick.
It's been a fantastic week. This is one of the best weeks of sports, honestly, in my opinion.
Well, let's get to it. Let's talk about it. First on the list is baseball. Okay, the baseball team is 28-10, and that's an overall. And in conference, they're 22-10. So that's still a good record. They're still hammering Hank every time they get up. Austin, did you catch the last game?
Yeah, they won 3 out of their 4 against Lindenwood this week. Good series. I mean, there's not much to say what we've been saying all year. They continue to hit, and pitching's been well. I mean, it's just been a good year for them, I think.
What do you think, Rick?
They had a great series. They actually threw out a couple of new starting pitchers, which was interesting. And also, I mean, Matt Johnson's just been going off all year. His bat has been carrying the offense so far.
Yes. Matt Johnson is definitely a person of interest because he is more powerful than he looks. And I like the fact that they unveiled the new pitchers. I hadn't seen them all year, well, because they were brand new, the brand new pitchers. But they threw very well. The new guys, I can't remember their name right now, but the new guys, what are their names?
Tyler Price is one of them. He pitched their last game, which they won. But still, interesting move, though, by Coach to put in new pitchers to start.
Yeah, he's just trying to rotate through the lineup and bring in some relievers and try and get him to stretch out into a starting role. I think it might be a little bit of positioning for the playoffs. It might be a little bit of positioning trying to look forward to the rotation for next year. But it's good to get them some extra playing time. And I think he went it was 6 innings pitched, 3 hits maybe. It was a very good job.
I agree. Cause I really think it is about a move toward playoff time. Start getting everybody in the rotation now so that by the time playoff time comes, you are on a easy rotation and everything flows. So, next topic, softball. Okay, the softball team is they're 35-11, and that's in overall. But in conference, they're 19-3. They just had a big doubleheader versus Emporia State and Washburn State, where they were traveling all over Kansas, back and forth, trying to get scores, and they split. You know, they two wins, 2 losses. Mm-hmm. So, Rick, what do you think about it? Did you watch it?
I did. I watched the Emporia State game, which was their first doubleheader of their little Kansas road trip that they went on. It was the first game went very well, including Devin Frazier, who on her 21st birthday hit the game-winning run. And
happy birthday to her.
Shout out right there. And they did very well, pitching same as always, and they kind of kept on the dominant performance that they've been going all season.
You know, and they moved up. They moved up in the ranks. They got back into their 22nd now overall, and they took on Emporia State, who was number 2, number 3. What were they? 5. Number 5. I don't know. I can't keep up with them. That's why we got here. So, but we moved back into the rankings, and with that, Caitlin Schrock still looked good with her pitching. She's developing some power with her hitting, you know, because last weekend she hit a grand slam. That was pretty in the comeback victory they had over Mississippi State.
Midwestern State.
I can't never remember other people. If it ain't UCO, I can't remember names. I don't give a crap about them. But, Austin, you seen this second game. What's going on with the second game?
Well, doubleheader against Washburn. It was an impressive performance. Caitlin Schrock pitched her second perfect game of the season. That's about as good as it gets. She's also pitched a no-hitter as well. So she's really gotten to her groove. She's 20-6 now on the season. She's really been impressive. And also in that doubleheader, Kaylee Brunson continues her record-setting season with runs scored in a career and single-season stolen bases. So she kind of led the way in that first performance to help with the 4-0 win. She was kind of the spark
Catalyst?
plug in the
Spark
offense.
plug, yeah.
But
I'd have to agree because the softball team, oh my gosh, they're just wonderful. I like watching them. Even the game that they played a week and a half ago, the one that was Midwestern State, where they were down in the bottom of the 6th inning, and it was 5-0, and then all of a sudden they come back, and it's 2-5. Then the grand slam, it's like, oh my God, it's 6-5, and then they scored another run on a triple.
that's even more impressive about Kayla Schrock. You mentioned her power.
Yeah,
because she hit a home run. She
grand
can
slam.
Hit, yeah, she can hit too, and it's amazing. She can do it all for the Broncos.
Yeah, she's amazing.
It's gonna be a huge loss when she leaves.
Yeah, it is going to be. Next topic, women's golf.
Women's golf competed last week. They got third in their competition. They've done fairly well coming up towards the end of the season. But so far, I feel like they're picking up steam.
Yeah, the golf team is quietly doing wonderful. That's how I'm going to put that, is they're quietly doing wonderful. Because we don't have enough coverage of them. We don't hear about them because they're always away. But, and I'm not going to get on the whole track thing again. I'm just saying.
Well, that's like we were talking last show about how the golf team and the other spring teams get to go to these far off locales, but at the same time, that means that they don't get very much coverage around here.
Yeah.
We don't hear about it, but
they're in San Diego,
and they're all doing they're doing well too. But it's hard
well
to cover when we can't get the
actually
sport out there, go see them play.
They're in San Diego, they're in Florida, they're in Tennessee.
Yeah.
Like indoor UCO's track team, like you said, their home events are
down in Norman.
Yeah, exactly. It's
again
hard to talk about.
Yeah,
and they're all doing well, like we said. And I think girls, all they have left before like championships is the MIAA tournament now in Kansas.
Yeah. Somehow we need to get to it. I don't know. We'll load up and we'll pack up the van and we'll just get there. I don't know how.
Road trip.
Road trip.
On whose money?
We'll figure that out.
We'll figure out the funding.
Yeah, we'll figure that out. Okay, we'll hike up our skirts and we'll figure something out. Next topic is tennis. Now, the tennis team, they're 15-8 overall, and also they're 7-3 in conference. Now, the tennis team, they're did I tell y'all that tennis is my 4th favorite sport? Yes, my 4th.
What's the first 3?
The first 3, let's go down the list. First is football. Second, basketball. Third, hockey. And 4th, tennis. I know wrestling moved down to 5. I know. But, hey, that's just how it is. But tennis has moved up to 4th. It is my 4th favorite sport. Yeah, 4th favorite sport. Tennis. Now, back to the tennis team. I love the ladies of the tennis team because they are wonderful. They're powerful. They're quick. They're coming down to the end of their season, but they're still looking good. I'm thinking they're going to do wonderful when it comes to tournament time.
Well, it seems like kind of like a common theme with all these spring sports, but tennis is turning it on lately.
Yeah,
like, did you see they just got done trouncing? I believe it was Lindenwood 8-1.
Yeah.
Like, there's just no contest.
Yeah, they hit that patch in the middle of the season. They lost like 3 or 4 straight, and you didn't know, but they have stepped it up. They've won about, I think, 6 out of 8 matches now. I think they've turned it on at the right time, heading into the MIAAs.
And that's the best part, is they've gotten consistency out of their best players, and that's really helped them to succeed as a team together and get to where they are at this point.
Yeah, whether it's the doubles or singles, they are mighty nice. They are talented.
Mm-hmm.
I'm thinking because they're coming down to what's their tournament now? Their season's almost over.
Yeah, their next one I think is the MIAA tournament. It's coming up, and then you got the division championships after that.
Right, and so we need to get out there and support them tennis ladies because that is a good sport.
That is your 4th favorite sport.
It is my
I don't
4th.
want to hear any guarantees from you.
Now, I'm not gonna guarantee nothing. I'm just saying it's my 4th favorite sport.
It's like power rankings. They go up and down
They
based
go
on
up
the
and
week.
on the week, and in my weeks. Next topic is track. Okay, we had a big track tournament, and it was all over the weekend. They spent the weekend in Texas, and it was like the Texas Relay Rally Grand National Grand Marshal something. I don't know the name.
You have no idea, do you?
Generally, it's called the Texas Relays. It's one of the biggest events of the year, especially it's well known for their high school tournaments. high schools nationally, some of the best teams show up, and it's growing as far as the collegiate ranks into one of the premier tournaments for the start of the outdoor season to send your relay teams to. And especially if you think that you're going to be competitive nationally, you want to send your teams there, and it's kind of a benchmark.
And it wasn't even only the relay teams that did well. I mean, Lacey Rhodes continued to show she can pretty much do whatever she wants on the track team. First place in the javelin. Impressive, because she does the high jump, the long jump.
It's not like she's gotten much time to practice it either, because they don't have javelin for indoor.
Yeah, she does pretty much everything else. And then, again, the relay teams finished well, too, at the meet. So, huge.
At the meet, what did they win? 4 titles?
Four titles.
Four titles at the meet.
Like 1 relay, hurdles, I think, javelin. Really good result.
Yes.
At a huge tournament, like you said.
That, and then right afterwards, this last week, they went to the Crowley County Decathlon, and they got even more medals there.
Yes.
The track team looks like they'll be very competitive this season.
They're turning up right now.
Exactly.
They're turning up at the right time.
They are good. I like the track team. I want to follow them. So let's get a track field so we can follow them, but I don't want to get on that issue right now. I'm just saying we need a track field. Okay. Next topic. Close and dear to my heart, cheerleading. All right, cheerleading won their 4th national championship. So with that, we have to give a special, good, gracious, good-going girls to them because they are wonderful. What do you think about it, Austin?
Another good. I mean, they're just they go out there and they take names. They're really finishing. They finish strong. It kind of goes unnoticed because it's cheerleading.
Yep, but cheerleading is a sport.
But it does take some athleticism to do.
Lots of athleticism. That's right. I'm going to save it. Rick, what do you think about the cheerleading?
I think they're fantastic. They've year in and year out shown that UCO does have a premier cheer program, not only in the state or the region, but nationally, as we can tell by the national titles. Also, special note, if any cheerleaders left a suitcase, you might want to check with the Edmond SWAT team.
Possibly, because there was one left there this morning.
And
you might want to,
might cause a little bit of a ruckus on campus, but
you might have caused the night to be evacuated, but it's okay.
It's okay.
Except for the people who wanted to eat their breakfast.
Yes, but that's okay because the cheerleading is one. You got to get publicity any way you can. So good ups to the cheerleading. Leave your suitcases wherever you want to. If you're bringing championships home, go ahead and leave your suitcase wherever you want to.
It's all about the rings.
It's all about the rings and bringing home the gold. All right, we're moving on to the lightning round. That's right. We're going to talk about it quick. So I'm going to hit you fast with some things. Here we go. First thing, Thunder, playoffs.
I think they're looking good. I don't think that Indiana loss was as bad as we really think it is because I think Indiana being the number 1 seed in the East helps.
Yeah.
We'll look back at this, and if Indiana does end up clinching the number 1 seed, and if they go on to use that Game 7 against the Heat in the Eastern Conference Finals to win, then I don't think the Thunder fans will really look back at this loss as much of a loss as at all.
No. I think the first-round matchup could be tough because they've lost to Dallas, they've lost to Phoenix, and Memphis always is a tough matchup for the Thunder. There's a potential of Golden State being the 7th seed, which we know how close and those games usually are.
You can't say that you wouldn't want a Golden State series.
You can't say it, but that's going to be a tough one.
It's going to be close.
The way the Thunder have been playing defense recently.
Next topic, KD streak ending.
I mean,
Rick, give it to me.
I think that his streak ending's better more than anything else. Honestly, I like it ending because that's so much publicity, and if you've seen Kevin Durant through the years, you can tell that, honestly, he doesn't like it.
Right.
He just wants to go out and play basketball, and it's kind of like the same as how ESPN kept on pushing that nickname deal for a while. Nobody really cares. He doesn't even care. He's just KD. That's his personality. That's how he is.
Quiet and he's a team guy.
He specifically said he wanted it to end, and again, I'd prefer it end in a blowout victory and then a loss. I mean, it's a great way for it to a streak to end when you win and you don't even have to play the 4th quarter.
We're moving on to Michael Phelps. He's coming back. What do you think?
I'm glad to see him come back. I'm not a huge swimming fan, but I always turn on the TV to see Michael Phelps and see what he's going to do, what records he's going to break. And now he has a chance to even extend his own records to maybe unbreakable territory.
Yeah. What do you think?
Like you said, it's all about the golds. 18 gold medals, or 18 medals altogether. I believe it's, 12 gold medals? Something along those lines. And you can't, the next closest player is not even half as far as he is, as far as medal count.
He's a spectacular athlete.
If he goes and gets even 1 medal, then that'll be impressive, considering how long that he's been competing for.
Yeah.
Right. Next topic, the baseball system. We have a replay now. I love it. I like it, and we're going to get the calls right. What do you think?
I'm not a huge fan of it yet. I think the games it depends on how long these replays take, because the game is long enough already, and replays are just gonna. I do think we need one, but I think the system's gonna need some tweaking to it to make it better. I don't think it's where it can be yet.
So that's one thing that I think will work much better in baseball is the fact that a lot of replays, especially people think of like basketball replays, take so long because it's such a judgment call.
Yeah.
You can't really tell if someone was pushing off or if they were being pushed. You can't tell if that was really a tug or if it was this or that. But with baseball, almost everything's really black and white. It's either it went on one side of the foul goal post or the other side. It's either he touched the base first or he didn't touch the base
He got
first.
tagged or he didn't.
Yeah, he's out or he's in.
Good point.
There's not a whole bunch of bodies flying around.
Yeah.
It's, one or two people at most for in
Yeah.
play. So I think that it might not take as long, and if they do keep it efficient and keep cutting down the time of the game, then it'll be popular.
Efficiency, I think, is the key in this. If it's
More
slow,
practice, more better.
Yeah. If it's slow to go,
Honestly,
then-
the biggest controversy is calling if you
Yeah.
want to replay more than anything else.
Yeah.
'Cause
Next topic, we got to move on. Bubba Watson. You like him winning the Masters?
I love him winning the Masters. I thought it was. I'm a big Bubba Watson guy. He's one of my favorite. He is my favorite golfer. Just the way he acts, the way he, he's not out getting in trouble. He's not anything. He's just a good guy, and I think he deserved it. And he played extremely well on Sunday.
That plus, it's just fantastic to see that. Everyone was worried that no one would watch the Masters since Tiger wasn't in it. There was still a huge storyline. As Bubba's partner, Jordan Spieth, he would have been the youngest guy to win the Masters, and he led through the first 9 holes.
I was still entertained.
Yeah,
I don't know about
I thought
you
he was
guys.
going to win. I thought the young
And
guy was
one
going to
thing
win.
that impressed me was his interview after the tournament when he said, "I'm ready to win a major." He's 20 years old. I think he's going to be a future star in golf.
I do too.
The Masters always finds a way to impress.
Yeah, always. Next one, Bubba's after winning meal. What do you think about it?
I think it's fantastic. It shows just how complete of a person he is and how down to earth he is that he'll go just eat a Waffle House
Yeah,
afterwards.
it shows he's just a regular guy, and he thinks of himself as just a regular guy like us normal people who can't play golf.
Yeah.
How much fun would that be just sitting at a Waffle House and all of a sudden you see Bubba Watson walk in with a green jacket?
And I'm not going to lie, if I won the Masters, I'd probably go to Waffle House because I love waffles.
I'm going to Waffle House right now because I'm hungry. All right, next topic, Boston Marathon. What do you think about it 1 year later?
I think this is a huge event because just to show that they've moved on from the tragedy that happened 1 year ago with the bombing.
Yeah.
I think this is huge. I think
it solidifies the city. I think it shows that you can't shut us down. We're going to keep going. We come back. 1 year later, there's people that were at the bombing who's lost limbs, lost members, and they're still there. What do you think, Rick?
I think, it's nowhere near the tragedy of 9/11, but it had almost the same effect, if not localized just to Boston. It brought the whole town together behind the Boston Strong banner, and it brought everything together. And it was kind of fun to see just these teams go and work for their city and be so much about their city after that. It didn't hurt them. It made them come together and be stronger.
And back to it solidified his comment. How cool was it? Was so cool to see other ballparks singing "Sweet Caroline," Caroline in the 7th inning of every game, including the Yankees.
Yeah.
I mean,
That's
that was one of the cool. I mean,
sometimes you just got to put down and just say, "Hey, it's all about us."
Yeah, sports are less important than coming
Everything
together
else.
as a country.
As a
Yeah.
country, yeah. Okay, that's all our time for today. You got anything else?
I don't think so.
You got anything else?
Correction.
The man says no. We got nothing else. Next week, we'll talk about more of the same sports. The sports you know and love. With the Bronco Sports Report.
Dun-dun-dun, dun-dun-dun.